Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Also, check out my website, Wafting Wonderful Wax, where I am Liz Quinn, your certified Scentsy consultant. So today I have my weekly What I Have Been Warming video for you, and I have all sorts of goodies in this bin from all over the roadmap when it comes to scent. So the first thing I wanted to share is Apple Teeny Splash. This was melting in all of my front rooms on the same day that I was doing Cocoa Lime in all the back rooms, and it was fantastic because these are both light and bright and green and just fresh. So the Apple Teeny Splash has green apple, nashi pear, and like a sweet simple syrup. So it's very floral almost. Very fruity and very bright and happy. Definitely one of my new favorites when it comes to our new releases. And then in the back rooms, my good old standby Cocoa Lime, which I always enjoy any time of the year. And this was just smooth with the coconut and the lime and a tiny like burst of maybe a lemony zest in the background. Definitely a winter combination on the day that I was melting it. So then another day I tried another combination of green scents, and this one didn't go so well. So I had prickly pear and agave in the back rooms, which is a beautiful succulent and white bloom scent. Very, very fresh and clean. And then in the other rooms I had prickly sea salt and avocado. Sea salt and avocado. Now, these are both very nice, and I thought that they would be compatible, but the sea salt and the orange and the creaminess of the avocado kind of fought with the prickly pear and agave because they just have different bases, I guess. So I wouldn't do that together in the future, but they are both very nice. This I would do maybe with Paradise Petals, and the prickly pear and agave I would probably do with Daydream Oasis, which I did have going in another space the same day I did those, and this was just fine really with either. It was a more neutral scent, and this one is a little bit more watery. It's definitely more green in the sense of like leaves and lushness, so this was very good with the prickly pear and agave. So then on another day, I got brave and I finally decided to melt my Summer Soleil, which I had been holding on to, hoping that it would cure, and it did. So it's a really happy day for me because I had bought several of these last year and put them away. My daughter came out of her room and said, "Mom, are you melting Pink Haze?" And that's when I knew that it had cured well enough, because it is along the same lines as Pink Haze. This is marshmallow and coconut and pineapple, but very, very soft. And Pink Haze is marshmallow fondant and berries, and they have a similar kind of ethereal, now you smell it, now you don't quality. So, word to the wise, buy your lighter scents, put them away from several months, try them again, and most of the time it works out in your favor. So I am so glad that this beautiful smell is now reasonably smellable. Okay, and then at the same time, in my front room, I was trying out Apricot Vanilla. This is so pretty. I have been scared of this for forever, thinking that it wasn't going to perform. So it's just apricot and vanilla. And apricot has that little tiny tartness on the end of its scent that goes nicely with the rounded vanilla. This reminds me a lot of either an ice cream or a yogurt in the best way, and I will be melting this very happily several more times this spring. It's not got powerful throw, but if you put it in a smaller space or you put it in a couple warmers that are close together, it was very pleasant without knocking you over. And on the same day, I did Relax in other warmers, and this is a great bar. It's a bit of a chameleon scent to me because it has different layers. It's got sandalwood, it's got warm vanilla sugar, it's got bergamot, so either it can go more sophisticated and woody, or it can go real sweet and mellow and rich, which is what it did with the apricot vanilla. So the two of them were very, very nice melting in the house together. That Relax bar, I have been waiting for Scentsy to make something like it without knowing how to describe it, but this is it. It just hits that special sweet spot of all the things that I love in a scent. So then another day I started working on my laundry smells, which I usually only do early spring. And I had ordered a bar of lavender cotton to try it out again for the first time in forever. It's got daisy blossom and cotton and lavender, and it's really nice. Usually laundry, if it goes over the edge, I get a headache instantly and then I'm sick and I can't do it. So I was very careful. I put 1 cube in the front room, 1 cube in the back room, and then sprinkled in the 100-acre wood and a little bit of French lavender in between to make sure that it didn't get overwhelmingly laundry, and it was a perfect balance. So the cotton blossoms and the sweet light florals in this, and a little bit of the just plain lavender, a nice, not too sharp, not too soapy, herbal lavender, all of that balanced out to create a lovely, clean, laundry type day in the home. Very nice. Okay, now I have Hey Tiger Lily, which I started melting, and then I got kind of overwhelmed with different scents that were going on in the house on that particular day. I don't really think it was Hey Tiger Lily's fault, because I had also put in a scent bulb in the bathroom, which I don't normally do, and I took that out and actually threw it away. It was from a different company, not Scentsy, and I think I'm just kind of over those. Like, they're too strong now that I haven't used them in such a long time. But Hey Tiger Lily is a fruity floral. It's definitely early spring. It's our scent of the month, so I'll get back to you more on how I feel about it after I've melted it without the other factors to mess it up. But boy, it is pretty. All right, so on the heels of that, I had put in Paradise Petals in the kitchen one day. I just wanted that fresh, light scent. This also, I think, would be beautiful with sea salt and avocado because it's got the orange, and I just love this. So you've got your Daydream Oasis, your Clementine Cupcake, your Appletini Splash, and your Paradise Petals. All of those are new releases that I am thoroughly enjoying, and at least a couple of those will be going in my club when the catalog rolls over in August. Just fantastic. So then, another one where I have been holding on to this bar for forever. A Wink and a Smile. This ended up in my Florida room, which I don't change the wax very often in that right now because it's quite cold and we're not really hanging out in there. This bar has never done a darn thing for me until, of course, the last 3 cubes. Maybe they knew it was their last hurrah. Wow, this was pretty. It's a very light, springy fruit with a little bit of a floral. I do not remember what is in this. If I am correct in remembering plummy lemonade as one of the notes, it would make some sense because this just has this very nice, almost fruity quality, but not in too heavy of a way. I honestly wish I could get more of this now, so I see why they voted it back, but you just have to keep trying bars in different places because all the other cubes of this had done nothing for me in the past, and I held on to that for quite a while. Okay, Appealing Apple was in the kitchen, which day I don't remember, and there we go. This is such a pretty floral apple. It's not as springy sweet as Appealing Apple. It's not quite as generic as Johnny Appleseed. And it's got, I think, sweet pea. Oh, just beautiful, lovely, light, middle of the summer kind of an apple scent. And a decently strong throw, too. So then there was one day where it was very cold outside and I wanted my bakery comfort zone. So my usual suspects, Cozy Chai. I just did 1 cube of this in the dining room. Oats and honey, which is wonderful, that was going in the kitchen, and then apple butter frosting, that was out here in this room, and oh man, this is the best bar. And just so you know, I have a lot of bars of the same scent kicking around the house at the same time, so sometimes you'll see a full bar when I'm doing a review. It doesn't mean that I didn't melt it, it just means that I probably lost the clam, or my kids have the other half of it hostage in their room, so I just grab a new one so that I can at least tell you what it was I was warming. But apple butter frosting is just such a classic with the apple and the buttercream frosting and the tiny bit of spice that is good any time of the year. I've got 3 bars of it coming in my March bi-monthly. We'll get that toward the end of the month. That video won't be able to come out until probably after the 20th or even the 25th because sometimes it takes forever for that thing to process and get here. But apple butter frosting is a winner. And the oats and honey was going at the same time. More mellow, definitely more just like oats and a golden brown delicious sugary smell. Really mellow. This is a very mellow bar. I'm just getting 1 every couple months in my club. It's worth it, and it's a really nice balance with the apple butter frosting. And then, like I said, just the 1 cube of Cozy Chai in the back of the dining room to tie those 2 scents in together. So then in my bedroom, I was doing Soothe, which if you were watching my March melting basket video, this is not a green bar. I don't know why I said it was, but it is clean and it is serene, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to evaluate this next to Atlantic Air at some point because I may keep this in my club or I may pull it if I find that Atlantic Air, which is a little more orchid, I like better. But this is a fantastic bar. Okay, now what else was I getting through? Oh, yes. All right, so Clementine Cupcake is currently in my back room, in the cold room, out in the Florida room area. And this is a really nice blend of vanilla cupcake and clementine zest. Clementine zest, I cannot say that word right sometimes. And it's just nice and light and happy and sweet and sugary. Very good scent. Doesn't last a super long time though. All right, and then my new discovery, and I am so happy that I finally tried this bar because I'm not really a florals girl, is Cinderella. Now, this just released a couple weeks ago, and way in the distant past mists of time, there was a 4-bar collection of this. And if you'd like to check this out, Robin H. just did a really fantastic Princess Wax Wars. Her channel is wonderful, and she does a wax war every week. And Cinderella, for her, out of the 4 different princesses that she was evaluating, she said was the most beautiful. And that's actually what spurred me to try it. And she was right. This is a beautiful bar. It's gardenia, forget-me-not, and sugared or frosted lemon. I don't know how they do it, people, but when I was a little girl, I was obsessed with Cinderella. I loved to sing and dance, and my mother had given me a hand-me-down dress that she used to wear in high school to dances that was this gorgeous light powdery blue, and it was sort of fluffy and poofy like Cinderella's dress. I spent hours playing and imagining in that thing. This smells like the dress. I don't know how they did it, but it's so nostalgic. I threw this bar in my club, and I am totally enjoying and appreciating it. It is lighter, but it is an elegant floral, and if you too wanted to be Cinderella as a little girl, this definitely goes straight to your heart. Okay, and then on the same day, just a couple cubes of this in places because the Cinderella is pretty light. I did a little bit of Hibiscus Pineapple, which is also just a light, elegant floral. This one's more tropical, whereas Cinderella's almost more of a perfume, but not in an overpowering way. So this just complemented it without steamrollering it, and this has mandarin and some lush botanicals and the hibiscus. And this is watery and beautiful and one of my top faves for the spring-summer catalog. So then today I am melting a combination in different warmers of Blue Grotto, which is definitely very orange, and then a lot of like lush tropical botanicals. Very interesting bar, and I like it, but with different warmers alternating, I love it with Mandarin Moon. And Mandarin Moon is mandarin with a good amount of spice and ginger. It's almost more of a fall bar, but when you have these two things mixing around in the house, you get mostly orange with a little bit of botanical and a little bit of spice, and it's a wonderful, invigorating late winter, early spring scent. So this is great. You could probably even put these in the same warmer as a mix. So that is all that I have been getting through in the past week or so, and I hope that you guys are having a wonderful day. Tell me what you're melting or what you're in the mood to melt, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.